Hello, welcome. I'm back. I'm still not fully recovered, but I have a cup of tea. Welcome to the Unnamed Gaming Podcast. My name is Bendy. I am an Admiral Idiot, lover of those who games. That wasn't a sentence, but who cares? Cosplayer, other things. You two people. Who are you?
Bendy back! We're not bumping into walls and doors this time.
Can I just say, the way you said used to, it almost felt like you were just grabbing two random people in off the street.
you over there, come over here.
Used to.
Well, it's okay, because we've already established that Maestro Tan is taking over from Tempus.
When we do our live show at EGX, when that happens, when we do that, I'm randomly getting two people now. Just gonna bring them.
Oh
just
my
come,
God.
sit down. You're joining our podcast.
It's just me and Tempus
then-
in the background waving, going, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
No, it'll be just be six of us. It'll be
Okay, we're gonna have a
like
six-man podcast.
Five.
No, six.
Well, Andy's gonna be there.
there.
Craig, shit, yeah. Andy can be Craig.
I actually can be Craig with the day.
He'd be just as
Oh,
useless and won't
man.
say anything either.
No, he has to say now recording when we start.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Now recording.
This has already gone off the rails. We've been recording for 2 minutes. Right, you two, random people off the street, which technically you both are. Who are you? Tell the people who you are. Go on, I dare you.
I'll go first. Shall I? I don't know.
Go
Yes.
for it. Go for
I am Nettlecreates, cosplayer, streamer, content creator, if we really want to go that far, and the general idiot.
Don't forget to salute your general idiots.
I'm saluting. You can't see it, but it's happening.
Me too. Me too.
I am Tempusbe, streamer, gamer, person, and martial idiot. I'm saluting with both hands. So
I'll salute. I'm going to salute in the 3 different ways to salute.
there's
And
so
done.
many salutes.
It's
It's salute central.
forward hand facing for the Air Force, backhand facing for the Navy, and then point facing for the Army. Why I know that? Don't ask.
Well, I'm glad we learned something today, and it wasn't about games.
No, it really wasn't.
Why are people still listening to this podcast?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really don't know.
We're paying them.
Oh,
Oh, that's that.
yeah, I'm going to be honest, guys. I may have cancelled that direct debit. So...
Oh,
They're going to be so
no.
annoyed when they find out.
It's like backwards Patreon.
Yeah,
You to listen to our podcast.
that's it.
And
Once a
you're
month,
always
we will add
disappointed.
£1 to your PayPal.
and then back charge you.
That's it.
Rails.
It
What are we
started
doing?
Did
well.
we ever have them? No.
Oh, what are we doing?
This is a train crash, and I'm in love with it. Welcome back, me, author of train crashes.
Yay!
Right, that was the introductions. That was the beginning. Good. Right. How does our podcast work? What are we playing? I'm going to go first because even though I had a time off the podcast, I've not been very well. So as we were saying before we were recording this, I've just been watching the Netflix Marvel shows to keep myself not from being sad. But I have been also playing more Halo, and the more I play that game, the more I love. That's
in
all.
general?
It's just good, and people may think it's got its flaws and stuff, but I'm really enjoying the open world. I've recently just done, I think, all of the side stuff that I could do, and I'm getting close to the end, I think. But the story's intriguing. The world is vastly populated, so when you're just going around trying to find your Spartan cores and your loot chest things where you get the Milner Armory, I think they're called. You just end up just bumping into just squads of enemies just in the middle of nowhere, and they could have just not bothered. They could have just had like this vast world that wasn't really populated, only populated in the areas where there is something to do, like a fob to be captured or one of the pylons or whatever. But it literally, you'll just be zipping up a mountain, halfway up that mountain, a squad of enemies just there, but no, like essentially for no reason. But what if the drop pod went wrong or something like that? And then the scene in the area, it feels like that's the kind of story that's happening. Like they've been dropped somewhere and it was off course, which could happen in a war zone. So I like it. I like that game. Hopefully I can finish it this week and then play something new. But yeah, I've just been playing that. I did play a little bit of Worms because that came to Game Pass. A little bit of Worms WMD, just kamikazing about as well. But that's my gaming this week and last week, and pretty much over Christmas. So been pretty boring, but it's been fun.
Hey, you got some gaming, and that's all that matters.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people saying they're really loving the Halo campaign. So, I mean, I don't think you're the only one, and I think possibly the people saying that they don't like it are possibly people who have never played Halo before. Just saying.
I don't like it.
You definitely haven't played it before.
I mean, I am a big Halo fan, so I have a little bit of bias in there, and it's not perfect because nothing is, but I am thoroughly enjoying every bit that I play of it, and the story is very intriguing, as I said, so I'm excited to see what happens by the end of the story. So yes,
very nice. Me?
Nettle, where have you been? Where have you been?
Under a rock, where I belong. No, I have played another new game this week. Look at me, like 3 weeks in a row. Look at that. I started and finished and also freaked out during playing Oxenfree on the weekend. Oxenfree. This is part of my
it's great.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's brilliant. It's so freaky. Like, it's really, really mind trippy. So yeah, it is a really good. It's a a hand-drawn 2D side scroller, and it's a story narrative. You go along your way. You're doing your little puzzles and stuff, and its main like concept is every so often you can bring out this like little like what's it called? What's it, three-way radio or something where you have to get it's just a radio where you just get the radio wave number right, and you're just going backwards and forwards trying to find this, and getting the radio wave right will create this weird like temporal rift where I'm really not explaining this very well. Where like this thing will talk to you. I can't tell you much more than that because I have a feeling a lot of people will be playing the first one this year because of course I think it's at the end of this year we're getting Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals coming. Yes. So I don't want to go too in depth in it, but it's a fun little game. It's 4 hours, around 4 hours to complete story. It's about 5 to 6, I believe, with completionist going through it. I haven't done the completionist. I might go back and do it again, but it's the way it ends. It's very easy to see why they're doing a second one. The way it ends. Because you're there, you're like, oh, great, I've done it. I did the right thing. We're all great. And then something happens and you're like, fuck. Oh my God, I'm never going to be okay ever again. But yeah, it's not fast paced per se. There's a lot of like the thing where you're trying to get the radio into the right frequency. That was the word I was looking for, guys. You're trying to get that into the radio into the right frequency. It takes time because you do have to go like it's a full range and it could be anywhere on this frequent, like it could be anywhere, and then at some point you get an even bigger radio that goes from like 50 to 150 frequency, and it's like I was sat there with my mouse grill going, Okay, this is getting a little bit tedious now, guys. Please, I just need to find it. But the story is cool. The way they use the radio is very cool, and it is very mind bonked. You will just like bonk mind. But it's good. I would suggest you play it. I got it for 71p off Steam.
That's too much.
It's not free and it's not off Game Pass, is it?
It's not Game Pass, no.
It was on Game Pass.
It was a while
sure.
ago. Yeah, it was a little while ago. But as with everything, I missed it because I'm an idiot. But I mean, for 71p, just don't buy a Freddo or half a Freddo for that amount.
But you got to get a mortgage for a Freddo these days.
Oh Jesus, yeah, that's true. But yeah, I would suggest people go and get it, especially because the second one's coming out. Play it in good time, have some fun with it, and then play the second one when it comes out. Yeah, but that's what I played this week. That's my new game of the week.
Wonderful. Good. Go and play it. I like to play it. I've heard it's fantastic. So
I would suggest people go and play it, seriously. Because the second one is probably going to be 3 times more amazing. Of course, the studio, Night Disco or Night something, I can't remember off the top of my head, have just been bought by Netflix. So, yeah, you heard me. They got bought by Netflix.
They're going to be part of the Netflix gaming thing we covered.
Yeah, except it's. Back. I mean, I think it. I don't know if I don't think Oxenfree is a mobile game. So, at the moment, that Netflix thing is only mobile.
Use on a controller though.
Probably will be for streaming, as in cloud-based streaming rather than Twitch-based streaming.
It'd be interesting to see if they actually release a Netflix controller.
Oh, you mean basically what the Stadia was?
Yes, the Stadia, but worse.
I mean, it couldn't get much worse than the Stadia.
I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, the Stadia gave us Cthulhu, so.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
It did. It did lead us to that. That's I would never play it, but looking at the website, it led us to Cthulhu podcast. So.
Yeah, this is true. But yeah, so that there'll be one to keep an eye on to see what's happening with it. But just generally, because the first game is good, I would say the second one couldn't be worse than the first one if they kept to the core mechanics. So if they've upgraded them, I would say they're probably much better, and I'm looking forward to it.
Good. Tempus, anything new for you?
Yes, actually, I have a list.
A list?
A list, yes. I've actually been playing stuff offline as well.
Oh my
check me out.
God.
But I'm going to actually start with one that I thought Nettle might actually mention, considering we played this game together for the first time on Saturday night.
I knew you. I thought okay, I'm going to be honest, Tempus. I didn't know which one you were going to go with, so I went with my Sunday story game, all right?
You can say more than one game.
Yes, but then I have to remember it.
Game a week. We played Ember. Off the Game Pass. You are firefighters. You have to go into a burning building, try to rescue as many people as you can. There are also special items to find. We killed so many people.
We did.
But
did you murderize them?
I mean,
they were crispy.
No, there was a clip of me where I had a guy on my shoulder and I jumped off the building because they've got a safe zone that you can throw them into, and if they land in it, they won't get hurt no matter what. And I jumped off the top of this building. Yeah, it's
super.
It's very, very much like Surgeon Simulatory and like
Overcooked, but first person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen gameplay of it. Yeah.
Well, I jumped off the building with this guy on my shoulder, and I was approaching the safe zone, and I yeeted him, but he didn't quite make it, so he landed and turned into a skeleton instantly.
They turn into skeletons when they die. I accidentally dropped somebody into the fire, and I felt so guilty. I had to pick up a skeleton and put it in the safe zone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that was I really enjoyed that. If you've got a few people
fun,
to play that with, that I would highly recommend.
That was so much fun.
I also played off of the Game Pass for a little bit a game called Pedestrian. Have you heard of that or seen it?
No. Is it about pedestrians?
Kind of. It is a puzzle game. You are, I'm going to say, the little stick figure off of the toilet signs.
Okay.
That's how I would describe it. But
Yeah.
you are like a little stick figure, and you're walking between signs. Like the world outside the world is so well made, but you're not even paying attention to it because you're this little stick figure moving between these panels. And you have there's certain bits you you can move the panels around because you have to open doors by linking them.
Oh, sorry, I'm on my Game Pass app and having a look at it. I see what you mean by people on the toilets.
Yes.
I get that.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
like the no walking sign.
Yeah, that's the one. That would have probably made more sense, but my mind is in the gutter. So.
Toilet humor.
It's like this one I'm looking here looks like the lady on the toilet sign.
Yes.
But then there was one that looks like the Running Man. So and that one has a.
Well, you choose male or female when you start up. So, but yeah, I only played it for about an hour or so, but I was quite enjoyed it. So I was going to say, like Nettle, I think you might quite enjoy it because it's just one of them chilled out, like almost unpacking style puzzlers where you just sit and play it and puzzle away.
Oh, I do like those kind of games. That is a bit of me.
But,
it looks very cool. I like it.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'd say give that a go if you like your puzzles. But obviously I will get to the creme de la creme. I started The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
He did, yeah. Woo! I'm having a little party here.
I've got to say I am enjoying it thoroughly. I don't know why I never went into it before, but I think it's just mostly because I wasn't really interested in The Witcher, and then I watched the TV shows, and it's like I don't know if you've seen those memey TikToks where it's like one day after watching The Witcher, and then he comes back, it's like day 2 after watching The Witcher, and he's doing the voice and he's wearing like all black clothing. It just progressively goes like that. That'll be me. It'll be like 3 months after playing The Witcher, I'll be sat there in full cosplay.
Yep.
The hair, the white beard, and everything. But yes, I'm loving The Witcher. I can't wait to get back to it. I'm playing it on stream, so I'm strict to the fact that I'm only playing it twice a week at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's going to be. I've prepared myself for the long haul, but
yeah, but you are now in Valen, so I mean that is progress.
Yes, I've gotten somewhere. So I mean, I must say that the people in chat that most of them have come in they've all pretty much turned around and say, I want to play this game again now since watching me play it. So obviously I'm playing it wrong. No,
it was. Question is though.
Yeah.
Is this your Triss or Yennefer playthrough?
Oh!
Well, the thing is, I only really know both of them from the TV show because I'd never played the games before. So, going from the TV show, I'm probably going to get kicked in the nuts here, but I am Team Triss.
Nice.
That's fine.
Okay, good. Okay, I thought I was definitely off the podcast. I was about to just get down in.
I'm Team neither.
The funny thing is though, if people have only played the games, they will only like before when The Witcher 3 came out. If they'd only played The Witcher 1 and Witcher 2, they really would have only known Triss because Yennefer was not in the first 2 games, apart from a little bit of story in the second one. Like she wasn't in it. So the people that chose Yen were the ones that read the books. So, yeah.
Let's see.
But, canonically speaking, if we're actually going there, it is just Yen, okay? Because he rejects Triss in the books.
Does he?
Yep.
Well, I'm not being funny. At the moment, I'm heavily invested in this random herbalist I found.
The herbalist?
Yeah, I love her. I'm on Team Kira. I'm all about her.
No. He hasn't met Kira yet. This is a random herbalist in what was it? A White Orchard.
White Orchard. She's just some random herbalist, but she was giving me the eye, and I was like, Damn, girl.
I'm having it. I'm doing it.
And I'm not being funny. The second that Geralt and Yennefer got to met each other, it was almost like, can you just at least wait till you get to a fucking room? Like the innuendo.
As it should be.
He was pretty much whipping his dick out the second she got there.
Yeah. I mean, that happens quite frankly with a lot of women in this game. I'm not going to lie to you, Tempus, and this isn't a spoiler per se. You can bonk a lot of women in The Witcher 3.
Prepare for only bonks.
And I did. I bonked them all.
I bonked them all is the name of the episode.
And this is why you go to horny jail. Bonk. Okay, I am horny bonk dog, and I'm bonking you as a horny bat.
Oh, I have a nettle emote with a bonk on it, with a bat hitting me over the head.
Naughty. Go straight to horny jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect £200.
Surely sending someone to horny jail would just put them in jail with
I
other
know,
horny
I
people,
was
though.
so happy about that. But Bendy, no word of lie. I had called the community of the people that watch me my wildflowers because nettle, wild meddler. They have now changed their name to the Bonkers.
Look, this is all down to you starting a community challenge where you will start an OnlyFans account. So
only bonks. I'm changing the name.
Yeah. She's going to change the name from the inside.
Yes.
Anyway, yes. That's what I've been playing this week.
Rails, I would put you back on them, but there never is. So.
Nope. We are just an avalanche that makes our way through the categories.
We did the games we're playing. We're playing games.
We played some games.
What we do.
Success.
I suppose. Success. I'll come back next week because I played more Halo. And that will be me. Might as well just skip it.
I will just give you a list of the women I've bonked as well.
Yes.
Yep. I'm here for it. I am waiting for it. Do it. Okay, next section. Let's move right on. The news.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. What are we playing? And bring in the news. Oh, don't be scared, news. Come in. That's fine.
This is a safe space.
Oh,
safe space.
You look scared. News. Come on. Come and have a hug.
Let me just put this knife away.
Oh, okay. News section has run away. News, anybody?
News.
We'll have to do it ourselves, I suppose.
Fine.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Tempers, what you got for us?
All right, okay. I'll start because mine...
I know one of them is a knife.
Yes, the knife is my news. I own a knife now. My news this week, it might go a little bit, but it all depends on how quickly I can get through. I might not do all of these, but I will be going through the nominations for the Game Developers' Choice Awards. That is set to take place that will take place in the Game Developers Conference. It will be on March 21st to the 25th this year. But we'll get straight into it because there's no need to. But there will be some, because obviously we went through the was it the Game Choice Awards?
Gaming Awards.
The Gaming Awards, right?
Yeah.
So there will be some
duplication,
similars, but there are some changes here. So we'll go. I'm going to get through it as quick as I can, just so that this section doesn't go on forever. So we start with Game of the Year. Now, similar to the other ones, we've got It Takes Two, Deathloop, and I think Resident Evil Village was on there. But we also have the other two, because there's 5 choices, are Forza Horizon 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Silence, good. And
no, well, from people that I know that have played Forza,
they like it.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
They think it's great. I just don't like driving games myself.
No, it's not for me. But yeah, the people that enjoy it have enjoyed it a lot. Like, I know a lot of people who've played it and enjoyed it. So.
And
Be contender.
the last one is a game called Inscription.
Andy's currently playing that.
Never heard of it.
I'd never heard of it. I'm going to read this
You've
for
just
you now.
finished. Sorry, I've just had a note handed to me to say Andy has just finished it.
Congratulations, Andy.
Join us on the podcast and tell us how it did.
Yes. Right now, sit down.
Come on.
Inscription is a deck building game.
Yeah.
The game is set in a cabin where the player tries to escape by beating a demonic force in a card game. I read that, instantly want to play it.
It's weird. It's weird, guys. It's weird. I haven't played it, but I've like sat behind him as he's been playing it a little bit because I'm that creepy person who just sits behind people playing games. That's why I made a podcast. And it looks.
Does he know you're there?
No, why would he know I'm in that? Come on, I'm secretly filming him. It's weird. And like there's just random stuff that happens halfway through that doesn't seem to really go with the concept, but it kind of does because of how weird it is. So yeah, I've heard of it. Guys, I've heard of a game on iClever.
Yes.
Haven't played it, but
Yeah, but it's like it. Do you know what? When I looked at this list and I had to look up what Inscription was, it really kind of, I was like, they've put a deck building game in Game of the Year. But I guess if it's that good.
Well, it currently IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10.
So it's really a 2. Right, okay.
Well, I was going to say that's unheard of. IGN are not going to say that.
Yeah, I know.
Word
They savage everything.
Yeah.
IGN.
And it's like, it has a good positive rating on it. What does Metacritic go for it?
Meta.
84. So
it's not bad.
That's good for a little indie game, card building indie game. And I do believe I got a little bit of insider knowledge that apparently anything that's 80 and over is an automatic shoo-in for getting a award, or like being nominated for awards in award season for games. So yeah, Seaman. But yeah, a good solid 84 on an indie game. That's pretty good.
But yes, that's the Game of the Year nominations anyway.
It's interesting.
So, yeah, I can probably see It Takes Two taking that game.
I'm with you there. I think It Takes Two will take it again. Take it again. Take two? I don't know.
Best audio, we have Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah.
Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Deathloop.
Yep.
Returnal.
Yep.
And Unpacking.
For audio!
For best audio.
I mean,
I saw that and I was just like, yes, I'm happy about that. That's such a good game.
I say yes only because I never really noticed the music, but it was such a calming game in its entirety that yes, the music was one of the things that made me so calm while playing it. So yeah, that kind of works.
It must have done its job.
Yeah.
Best debut, we have Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Valheim.
Interesting.
Sable.
Mm-hmm.
The Artful Escape, which we've mentioned before.
Yeah.
And a game called Wilder Myth. Wilder Myth. Which I will read from you, the thing, because again, I had to look this up.
Yeah.
Wilder Myth is a character-driven, procedurally generated tactical RPG. Lead a band of unique heroes as they grow from reluctant farmers into legendary fighters. Battle threats lurking in the yondering lands and discover secrets the land has to offer. Again, reading that made me want to play it.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
That's better than deck building, if I'm honest. But RPG, you put RPG in it, and I want to play it. So
I mean, to be fair, I've never really been a deck building person ever. The only deck building game I've like really put a lot of time and effort into and really enjoyed was Slay the Spire.
Ah, yes. I
loved that game. Quality. I've been here with 2 of the characters, but I've not gone back to do the other 2 yet. Anyway, yeah. So that's what did I say that one was for? That was for best debut.
Yeah, well, the myth again. It's a 5 out of 5 Eurogamer, 9 out of 10 for IGN, 90% on PC Gamer, and Metascore of 87.
Yeah. So
So
considering I'd never heard of it though.
yeah, this is why sometimes these gaming awards are brilliant, because you learn.
Yes. Yeah. No. Well, that's the thing. We're now discovering games that we potentially keep an eye out for somewhere.
Yeah.
Best design, we've got It Takes Two, Psychonauts 2, Halo Infinite, Deathloop, and Inscription.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
A good,
I kind of hope
variety.
Psychonauts gets that.
Yeah.
Because it feels like Psychonauts has been a bit shit on because it was real good.
You look at them; they've all got their own unique art styles. I think.
Sorry.
through
What?
them, haven't they?
What nomination was this?
Best design.
That's not art style.
Is it not?
No,
Then I
design
will
is the
shut up.
game design. So that's the overall design of the game. So a little bit of art, but story, progression, puzzles, that kind of thing.
Well,
Sorry, that was the producer that just came out in me.
Yep. That's the idiot in me.
No, it's not. People generally don't know the differences between these things, but they are technical differences.
That's why I say Psychonauts.
Yeah.
Because I feel like out of all of those, that's like level design and things like that was very, very good and engaging, and the way you upgraded and things was good and engaging.
Yeah.
The art itself was great. And every level is so different from the next. So you have different level design within the same game. Whereas if it was something like comparing it to Halo, although it's changed its game design from usual Halos, which are very linear, because now it's open world, it still essentially boils down to being a Halo game.
Yeah.
So it has that when you get into the mission, it has the very same Halo progression. They've added more into it, but I don't think it's there you go, there's my complaint about Halo. Love it, but it's the same.
It's the same.
But that's fine, because sometimes just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Basically.
Yeah. With those kind of games, absolutely.
And I feel like Deathloop, there was a lot of looping games that came out in 2021.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that original, and it's again in the Arcane formula, so it's very much like Dishonored. So there's nothing feels that new about it. Whereas I just stop doing Psychonauts dirty, okay? Give it something. And design would be a very good one for it.
Do you want us to just give it the Bendy Award?
Yeah, let's just give it the Bendy.
Yeah, Psychonauts gets design from the Bendy Awards.
So that's
Done.
it. So when we eventually announce the Unnamed Gaming Convention and Unnamed Gaming Awards, we will have the Bendy, the Nettle, and the Tempus.
Can mine be the Bonk Award?
I'm sure it can. It's going to be The Witcher 3 for the rest of the world, universe.
Yep. It will always be The Witcher 3.
Right. Innovation Award. It Takes Two, Wield the Myth, Unpacking, Inscription, and Deathloop.
I hope Unpacking gets it.
Yep. Best Narrative, Guardians of the Galaxy, Deathloop, It Takes Two, Psychonauts 2, Unpacking.
Wow.
I know. People, they love Unpacking now.
They're not going astray here, though, are they? They're keeping it close knit.
That seems like a difficult one, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, It Takes Two. It's renowned for its story, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
We've got 3 more categories. Social Impact Award. Oh, I didn't look this one up actually. Before Your Eyes. Let me just do that for a second. Before Your Eyes.
That looks pretty.
Before Your Eyes is a 2021 adventure game developed by Goodbye World Games and published by Skybound Games. Doesn't actually tell me what that is.
No.
Hang on. This narrative structure it's inspired by the 1949 stage play Death of a Salesman.
Oh.
Oh man, I studied that.
This looks suitably weird. I'm going to say Tempus would
Yeah.
love this.
Oh, it's a
Probably.
little cat. So we're
Uh,
all looking at the Steam page, right?
Yeah, we're not actually doing our job here.
no, I'm on Wikipedia, but
Oh, okay.
It Takes Two, Life is Strange, True Colors, Boyfriend Dungeon,
Yes!
Hold on, hold on a second.
Chicory,
Hold on
A
a
Colourful
second. What is
Tale.
this?
Boyfriend
Boyfriend
Dungeon is on
Dungeon is
Game Pass.
amazing. You basically go
Why-
around dungeons,
why do
but
I
you're
hate
like your
it?
boyfriend is a sword. You get these different boys as swords. It's great.
Okay, that sounds like it has emotional impact.
It's
So-
like Hattiful Hotel, or or the weird pigeon one.
Okay. Okay.
Bring
Just a
on.
quick one as well, because Chicory, A Colourful Tale, which I'd not heard of either, is you're an anthropomorphic dog with a magical paintbrush, which is used to colour the game world.
Okay.
So-
Kind of like what was that painting game?
Crayola
Had a
rocks.
fox.
Oh,
Had a fox.
Oh,
Or what, the wolf?
painting game.
Is it a wolf?
Akami? Is it Akami?
Akami. That's the one. Kinda like
Akami,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, but not as violent. But
It
yeah,
looks cute.
yeah, it looks quite cool. It makes me think more of like Scribble Notes, but with like
Oh yeah.
colouring rather than doodling. Two more to go. Best technology: Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, and Hitman 3.
Hitman 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the final
That
one.
did come out in 2021.
Yes.
Maybe.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And the last one, which probably, if I'd have looked at this list would have given me a hint. Best visual art. Forza Horizon 5, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Psychonauts 2.
Yeah. I mean,
But
That's-
yes,
I can't complain about
quite
any of them.
difficult. That's a hard category because
I
all
mean-
of those have their own visual like spectacle
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah.
Like the realism of Forza, the way that Psychonauts, the art style of Psychonauts, which is quite innovative. I love the arcane art style. Love it. I think it's great. So yeah, that one's gonna be very difficult. But if any of those win, I think I'd be happy with that because they all have their own specialities in their visuals.
I mean, I'm still upset that Unpacking didn't get in every category, but no, to be fair, when I started looking at this and I saw Unpacking was nominated for a few categories, it actually made me happy because of just how, considering it was just a little puzzle game, but it was just so good.
It was fantastic. Can't wait for some
Yes.
DLC.
Yes,
They're
Unpacking 2,
they said it's
The Wild
they're
Hunt.
not doing it. They're not doing any
Hey.
DLCs. That's it. That's the game. Yeah.
I
said-
suppose it was a background game, wasn't it?
Damn it,
I need to
curses!
get on it. Understand it.
No, I want
Understand the
Unpacking
love.
2 like a full RPG.
Yes.
Okay.
You're a box. Right, so yes, that's my news. That's all the categories. That's all the games put up for nominations. So, I mean, we've got a couple of months to wait until we know who the winners are.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like there's some
Like
like I
people
said,
getting awards.
there's similarities to the other gaming awards, but it's nice to see like quite a few different different games come in there. Well, even ones I've not heard of. So
Yeah, it feels like there's more indie in there, which is nice to
Yeah.
see. We like to see those indie games come in and do well. And I'm looking at this Chicory, and I want to play. I want to play it. It looks like. I will close down that Steam page. Otherwise, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Natural, what you got for us?
a little bit chipper than it was last week in my law story or whatever I had last week. But as we know, going forward, games are bringing in weather environments. It's a thing. Destiny 2 has it. 2042 Battlefield has it. And now Fortnite are bringing in. So they will start presumably bringing in tornadoes, thunder and lightning, and all sorts of other weather, which is going to be fun, I imagine, for a lot of people. But I can tell you now, it will get old very quickly. But I don't really... I don't know if it's going to be kept or whether it's just going to be fun, but it's all to do with Unreal Engine 5 with its amazing like weather systems that it can do. So for any Fortnite fans out there, have fun while it lasts, because once you've been struck by lightning 5 times, you'll get very annoyed with it.
See, they're bringing like the weather systems into Overwatch 2 as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
it
so like
doesn't surprise me,
on
actually.
Anubis, there's potential for sandstorms.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
I think Eco Point like blizzards. So
yeah. See,
quite cool.
in Destiny 2, it's just on Europa at the moment. We get snowstorms, which was amazing. It was so cool to be like, you were just, running around in your fire team, and then all of a sudden this snowstorm would just smack in and you couldn't see anything but lights. And then you slowly but surely realised your frame rates were just dropping down to 0. You couldn't get into any firefights because you couldn't see anything. It grew old very quickly. But I do know they are putting in the rest of Destiny 2 as well, and the locations, and it's not just going to be snowstorms, so that's going to be fun.
Just expanding on this news a little bit.
Yeah.
Start maybe a little, just douse a little question here. Best weather effects in games. Like, mine would be Breath of the Wild. The fact you have to put away your metal items when there is an electrical storm, otherwise you could get hit by lightning, is one of my favourite things in video games ever.
Yeah, that would have been a hard one to answer, but the fact that you answered it for me
helps.
I think they should do the same in Fortnite. Like, you can't use your gun while there's a lightning storm.
Can you imagine there's a lightning storm where you're in the middle of a build battle and you all have to drop your guns, so suddenly it just becomes a punch fight.
That will be hilarious.
Epic. Call me.
Epic call me. Oh my god.
It will make Fortnite so much more fun. I'm sure. Yes, who doesn't love rage? They'll be coming back for more, for punch fights. Do it. Get it done. Get her done.
Get her done.
Good. Tangent. Done. Tick. My news this week. Well, It Takes Two. Being nominated for many awards, but they also got sued, didn't they? By this is the best segue into this news I've ever done. Take Two, the games giant that loves to sue people, have just bought Zynga, the creator of Farmville, for $12 billion.
Is Farmville still a thing?
What?
Like, is it still a thing?
It's a mobile game, isn't it?
Yeah,
it was a Facebook game, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's now like Farmville 3, and I only know that. I don't play it. Don't come at me. I don't play it. I don't. I'm a bejeweled person. It's because it gives me points on Xbox. They have released Farmville 3, but I know that because someone was sponsored by it on a YouTube channel that I watch. So they were sponsored by it. And yes, it's still making money because of boomers on Facebook, probably. And they also own Words with Friends. They've also created that. And that's still a go.
Not words with
So-
friends.
My question for this is, they're buying it just to make money from Farmville, right?
I'd
That's their sole
imagine
reasoning?
So.
Yeah, I assume so.
Because
I
I
mean-
imagine it would make a shit ton money.
But then
But is it worth 12 billion?
I was going to
I
say,
mean, was that more than Bethesda
does
being
it
bought by
make
Microsoft?
that much? Does it make that much money for the company? Like, surely if
Well, now
if it's
hang
going to
on.
make that much money, they wouldn't sell. Like, they must have gone 12 million. Was it 12 million or 12 billion?
12 billion.
12
Of
yeah.
the billion.
So surely they've got to go fucking 12 billion. Yes, please.
Okay, the amount of in-game purchases for that, but so like we said, it is only, Android, iOS, web browser, HTML5. I am wondering whether Take-Two are going to get it ported onto PC et al. Consoles to try and fight for a certain game that we love so much and get some of their audience.
No,
Stardew.
I will.
Stardew.
I will burn their crops.
Stardew.
Because with the Haunted Chocolatier coming out, the sales for Stardew will go up. Now, if you can get a game that's like Stardew...
Yeah, I was thinking this earlier.
Yeah.
But my problem with it is, are they going to start suing people that put "vil" at the end of their games? People that say the word "vil."
I mean, this is Take-Two. They will sue you if they can.
Use the word "farm." Farming simulator's fucked from now on.
Pretty much.
I want to make a game called Spooksville USA. Can't anymore because Take-Two will sue me.
Good point.
It's just...
It's a good point.
I just looked up another article from the end of last year about them making 3 billion last year through just Farmville itself.
Jesus
So that's not even doesn't even include Word with Friends.
People, stop buying in-game purchases for Facebook fucking games. It's not worth it.
Why?
But then,
literally, get your son's Xbox, get Game Pass, and play Stardew.
It's better. It's cheaper. You can get everything in-game. You don't have to purchase anything else.
the thing that it just baffles me that a game like that made 3 billion in 1 year.
Don't touch grass.
I mean, it's just...
It wasn't even at the hype when literally everybody in the world was playing it. It wasn't good.
Ooh.
I'm just going to tap my crops then wait 50 minutes for them or 5 days for them to grow. Get the hell out.
You're out.
Oh, I don't know. It's just baffled me.
Get in the bin.
But I think you're right, Nettle. They are trying to come off the back of the popularity of your Stardews and your Animal Crossings because they feel like it's the same, but it's not the same.
It won't.
It's nowhere near the same. So you may have, I don't know. You'll probably end up making money. Take-Two, but 12 billion. 12 billion. I can't. That's more than the Bethesda.
Baffling.
I don't.
Baffling.
Absolutely mind blowing. How they got that? I know how Take-Two have that much money because they own the biggest games in the world, but still. Oh, can you imagine though? They put Farmville in GTA 5, GTA Online.
I'm still dumbfounded by these numbers.
Billion!
It just doesn't make sense.
Bizarre. I mean, somebody somewhere has got to have put the profit in and gone, okay, yeah, that's good. But I can't see it anywhere.
That's our rage for this week.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Should we go on to the question that has been posed to us?
Do
Did
it.
you have a question?
Yeah.
We did.
Oh my god.
Please say you looked at it.
It was say it, and I might go last.
Okay. Well, we got this question from one of our listeners on Twitter. Tom, sorry if I get your name wrong, Tom.
I know. I'm
Tom
fine. I'm fine.
Dewar Foolery. And they ask, what character do you feel was overlooked in a particular game or series? Question mark. Thank you very much for that. Please ask us questions because my brain can't think of them. Answers on a postcard. Nettle, what's yours?
So I am gonna remain on my Stardew Valley theme here. I'd get totally told off.
When do we not talk about Stardew?
Yeah, I know. It's
this
becoming
is a Stardew Valley.
I mean, we already established
Podcast.
that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is. So my most underrated in Stardew Valley in the game, because I did think long and hard about this, and I play a fair amount of games, and I'm sitting here going, oh, actually, I think everybody's okay. But I'm going to go for Gunther from Stardew Valley, who is the museum curator, because he has this wonderful museum and library where we go give him lots of stuff, and yet he never tells us anything about the stuff we've given him. And I get that that's a thing that like they'd have to create a little story for it, but it would be cool if you could go up to him. He'd be like, oh yeah, so this is a broken amphora pot that, you know, why we have an amphora pot, I don't know, because, you know, you're in America. But this is why it's here, and this is who used it, blah, 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 blah. Here's a bit of backstory. I just feel like he could have been...
Does.
Yeah, like kind of like Blathers. I really feel he could have been used a bit better for all the junk that we were putting into the library and into the museum. And like, there's got to be a load of historical stuff around Stardew Valley, and we don't really get to like. There's the books are there, but they're kind of snippets of stuff, and there's a lot of history in like Pelican Town and the Stardew Valley like Centriverse that I feel they could have used Gunther a little bit more to explain it.
I mean, you can't even just chat to him.
No, he's unchattable.
He's locked behind his desk.
Poor guy, he's just there.
I bet he's really sad and lonely
Yeah,
too.
absolutely sad and lonely.
I'm so sad and lonely, Gunther. I want to talk to you. Talk to me.
Be my friend.
Be my friend. I need them. So you're going down the I think I've read this in a different way to you.
A lot of interpretation.
Yeah, so you're going down the could be utilized better.
Yes.
That's what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, that's. I wish I had done that now, but I haven't, so I'm not changing my answer.
This always happened to me. I always manage to like derail stuff.
No,
I think that's.
It's your interpretation on the question, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I liked that answer. I think that's and you've improved on a game that you love.
And Tom, if this was not how you wanted it responded to, don't tell us. I don't care.
This is the one time you're not allowed to contact us.
This is the one time you're not allowed to tell me that I've done something wrong.
I'm probably the one who's done something wrong here. So
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be in the same boat as you. So
no, it's me that did it wrong then.
What was yours?
Right.
Who were you?
Mine is the character Daxter from the Jack and Daxter game. Because in Jack and Daxter, he is a named character, yet he literally sits on your shoulder the entire game, making snarky comments. And then from then on, it just becomes Jack games.
So you don't, as in, like, you don't get to use.
You don't get to play as Daxter in Jack and Daxter.
No, in Jack and Daxter, he is literally sat on your shoulder and he makes snarky comments in cutscenes or if you die. It's like that. It's like why even just call it Jack and then introduce like Daxter as like some kind of guide or whatever? You know, I get it. Like from if it was like because Jack 2 and Jack 3 and Jack X, it's Jack. You know, he's the main character,
Yeah.
and Daxter is just another, character from the universe and someone like he's his friend and everything. But the fact that the first game was called Jack and Daxter, it's like in the same vein as if it was Ratchet and Clank, and then you didn't get to play as Clank, but you do get to play as
Or
Clank. There are Clank
like
levels.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes, Banjo Kazooie. But I mean, but to a point, Kazooie, you still use her.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like jumping and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
If
but
I
it's
remember
like
rightly, yeah.
yeah, one of her abilities is her legs come out the bottom of the backpack, and she runs really fast and can go up steep slopes.
Yeah.
And she
That's
uses her
like
wings to
using the
fly.
mechanics.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're still using that character as part of the game, whereas Daxter is a named character on the box art. Yeah, all he does is sit on your shoulder the whole game.
But is a bitch. From what you say.
He's a whiny bitch.
He's a whiny bitch.
But like, but then it just makes me laugh as well. Is that from then on as well? They kind of just drop him off the title. I think, to be fair, I think he did get a game to himself, but that was like a PSP game.
Oh.
So, and it was complete. Like, it was really weird. I think he was almost like a rat catcher, but some kind of alien from their universe. But it's been a long time since I've even thought of that game. It come into my head. But yeah, that's what I thought of. As soon as I saw it, that's kind of where my head went. I was like, he's a named character on the box art. Like, he's a named character for the game. Yeah, all he does is just sit on your shoulder.
See, that I feel like yours is in the same vein as Nettie's, as in underutilized, should have been used because his name was on the box. It is the game. And it's not like it's hard to do that. You have like a section where they're split up and then you play as both, or like in Banjo-Kazooie where you do like certain actions are Kazooie's actions. And Ratchet and Clank you play as Clank, so they should have utilized that character to its name potential, basically.
I mean, I think
Or just sack them off.
I don't know. I feel like that he was like overlooked to a degree because they decided he was a character and he was good enough to be a named character for the game, and then he was just a comic relief, basically. He just wasn't given. He wasn't given a purpose. Like, again, it's the same thing I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna name him on the box, at least give him something to do. Just give him, even if it's like a certain puzzle that he takes that can only be done by him. At least you'd feel like he was involved in the game. I don't know. I mean, I could talk about this for a while because it has annoyed me.
It gives you rage. Why are we so angry?
Because we're gamers, damn it.
Gamers, damn it!
Yep, that's us. That is us. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Go on, Bendy.
Go on, Ben. Yeah.
I misunderstood the assignment, as I often do when it comes to these questions. It would seem. So, and mine might be a little bit distorted by the fact it's such a new game. So there is a character in Halo Infinite called the Weapon. And no one talks about her. I've not seen anything about, when you think of Halo, you think Cortana, right? Everyone thinks Cortana. They've brought in a new character, which is your Cortana equivalent, and nobody talks about her. So I feel like she is overlooked in the fact that she's very well done, and I love her as a character, but nobody's talking about it.
So you've gone down the road that you've gone down the public of twats.
Why don't you love her like I do?
Love her.
Yeah. it's just I feel like she's not underutilized because she is a massive part of the game, and maybe they're not talking about her because it is so new and spoilers and things. They can't talk too much about her, but she is well written. She is so sassy. Like Cortana was always a bit, I am robot. I felt, but she is the heart of Halo. Everyone thinks it's Master Chief and Cortana, isn't it? That's the two things of Halo. Whereas they've got this new character, and I feel like they need to talk about her.
Not being in
All
love
the
with
side
Cortana,
characters.
people. She was a psychopath.
Right?
The
And I think Halo have this they do this with all of their sort of side characters, like the Arbiter. He was amazing, and hardly anybody talks about how good the Arbiter is. Overlooked. Master
To be-
Chief is great. Cortana's
fair,
fine, but
yeah. They are literally Master Chief and Cortana are the only people I could probably tell you I know from Halo.
right.
That's it.
Exactly.
I could
You
not
don't
tell
even
you a
know-
thing.
Do you even know who the enemies are?
Toe Jam and Earl.
What a great game!
Wow.
Imagine.
Love
Fucking-
that game.
if someone
but-
mods that now,
Do it.
I want compensating.
But yeah, so I feel like the community are not talking enough about this new character in Halo who is very good. She's being overlooked, you guys.
People, listen to Bendy, all right? Talk about the weapon.
The assignment.
No, I don't think
No,
he
you
did.
didn't.
I think it's all down to your interpretation on the question because, like, without, like, I'm not saying anything like the question was bad, but like, without someone sitting there and explaining to you exactly what they want you to answer from that question, like a one-line question, something they're quite ambiguous at times.
Yeah,
So I
guys,
think
be more specific.
We want paragraphs.
We
No,
need
but that's what I mean.
explanations and Venn diagrams.
It's all on your interpretation. You read that question as like, who do you think is being overlooked by the people that play the games? Whereas me and Nettle looked at it as who was overlooked by the people that made the games.
Made the games.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
still
it's-
overlooking of the character in
Yeah,
some way,
it's-
shape, or form, though.
It was we've all answered the question, I'd say, perfectly. It is just a case of you've taken it from a different point of view to what me and Nettle did.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
time when these questions happen, the only time you're ever going to be wrong is if somebody asks what your favorite game is and it's Warzone. So
To be fair, even the
favourite
people that
game is, and
only
it's
play
not
Warzone is not their favourite game.
no, it isn't.
Yes.
I love alienating an
Well,
entire section of our
listeners.
To be honest with you, I think they're alienated by the game itself, so I won't worry about it.
The game screwed them up. It's fine.
Yes. No. I mean,
Oh, go on.
No?
no. I was just gonna
Not that.
say, no. I was just gonna say, like, even like from our point of view, I play Warzone not very often anymore,
Yeah.
but I still play Warzone. But even the people that play it all the time shit on it, so I don't think we have to worry about
No, we
alienating
don't.
anyone.
Well,
Anyway.
we've come to the end of our. I liked that question, and I like the fact that we answered it in different ways. Shows everything is up to interpretation. Everyone needs to go and play Halo and talk about how awesome the weapon is and how maybe she is now on my cosplay list, which is probably a bad thing.
No?
Adding
How is it a bad
costumes.
thing?
Because I actually need to finish something.
Oh, you know, well, you
Yeah.
know how you could easily get around that, but you won't do it, so
Is that buy it?
yes.
I want it to have lights in though. I have an idea. I have ideas.
Jazz
Oh
ideas,
my
people.
god. Oh my god.
Watch out for the weapon soon. Maybe. Who knows? We would love to hear from you though. Why don't you guys tweet at us and tell us who characters you think have been overlooked, either by the gaming community or the creators of the game? Let us know. We come and join us on Twitter. Get in the conversation.
Do it.
Hashtag you've been bendied. Or something.
We will
Just at us.
yeah, and any hashtag just involving something to do with us would work.
Yes. We'll find it.
Yeah.
There are a few dotted around from my stream the other day, from what I saw. So, yeah. On that note, follow us on Twitter.
Do it.
At T_U
You.
underscore T underscore P, because we made our lives easier when we made our Twitter. But you
True,
can
because
also
there was
search the Unnamed
the
Gaming
other
Podcast.
podcast that's named the same thing that don't do anything. Give us our name.
Give us our name. Follow us over there. We're also on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all the
TikTok.
podcast platforms. TikTok. Thank you so much for getting us over 200 downloads, by the way. That's amazing. When we started this, I didn't think anyone would listen, to be honest. And now we have a great time speaking once a week and interacting with you guys. So thank you all so much for actually listening to us talk absolute shit for like an hour and a bit on a Saturday. We love and appreciate anybody who interacts with us. It's just thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you.
And
best.
I suppose next week, I'm not going to tell them who it is, but we have a special guest on next week. It's a special guest
Yeah.
kind of week, so watch out for that.
Yes. Come listen to us next week and listen to someone that's not us, that probably knows actually what they're doing.
That will probably sound like they do this podcast more than we do.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
generally what happens, so.
Professionals. So I've been Bendy. You've been Bendied. You can follow me on all of the socials, Bendy's costuming or something along those lines. There's usually underscores or something. If you just search them though, you'll find me probably. I'm dressed like a tiefling in my profile picture. It's fun. Tempus, where are you?
I'm at home currently, but if you want to find me on the internet, you can find me at anywhere under Tempusbe.
Do it.
Do
I
it.
dare you. Go
Absolutely
and
do
follow
it.
Tempus.
Do it. Eat.
Go. Follow your marshal. Nettle.
I have been Nettlecreates, your friendly neighborhood general idiot, and you can find me on literally everything as Nettlecreates.
And
With a
I
bonk.
also dare you again. And if you defy me, you're going in a brig.
Anybody that follows me gets a free bonk.
And anyone that doesn't follow Nettle or Tempest goes in the brig.
Yeah.
So,
So
little disclaimer: a bonk is probably going to be a bash over the back of the head with a wooden object. Just get that out there.
sometimes by a dog, sometimes by Nettle. Depends on what mood you're in.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Bonk.
So that's been us. That has been another week of the Unnamed Chaos podcast, because we can't be normal.
No, that's
I love it.
Yeah.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah.
We hope you'll join us next week with our special guest. And
Special guest.
we love you
Yes, we
again.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
do. Goodbye.